thank you guys. Thank everybody for showing up. And this word is one of those that I don't know. Sometimes I can get lazy and mail it in, but God never lets me. It's kind of odd. Yeah, I always think about sermons, and all through the week I'll write something down or whatever, and then when it comes, usually Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, I'll really zone in and get this thing and put together. Well, we've been busy. Zero excuses. I'm not making an excuse, but we came in late, and I had an idea, and I go out there to my prayer closet, and I just all right, this one, cool, all right, awesome, and then I get back in prayer and say, all right, God, what are we talking about? And I'm hoping He'll co-sign on my and He doesn't. And like, oh, okay, yes, sir. And I know not to insist on what I want to hear, but then it came, and it's so the word, the thing is our motives, and we're always. I don't seem like I'm always talking about what we do, about pedaling the bike and not messing with the handlebars, and this is kind of the same realm, but it's the other side of it. And there's an old, and I don't know, I did look up where it came from. It's an old English proverb from 1500 or whatever, but it's the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but the road to heaven is paved with good actions. And atheist Jesse always just figured that was in the Bible, but it wasn't. It's I didn't even think about it. There's no pavement back in the days of Jesus when he's walking around. But that's kind of it. Good intentions. So I got the intent. And then one of the things I wrote down earlier this week was that we judge ourselves on our intentions, and we judge everybody else by their actions. So I think I want to do good, and in my mind I do good, but I don't judge myself by what I do. I judge myself by what I wanted to do, and then come up with an excuse of not doing it, like it was late that night and I was tired, and God understands, He knows my heart. That's how I judge myself, is by that guy. But whenever it's you doing it, it's like, well, you should. I don't care what their intentions are, it's only their actions, because that's really all we have is our actions. And I looked up the scriptures. 1 John 3:18 and 19. Dear children, let's not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. Our actions will show that we belong to the truth. So we will be content when we stand before God. And that's the other thing. We get people that claim to read the Bible every day. And when you say that, that means you've never missed a day. I pray, I love everybody all the time. That means you do it all the time. You're lying. You're lying, I'm lying. I'm looking at Cassandra, but I'm not talking right at. Kind of seems like I might be.
You're sitting in the wrong spot.
I know, right. You shift over a little bit.
But whenever we say that, and we don't do that, but we're supposed to do that. But I give myself a pass on that all the time. Not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father in heaven will enter. And that brings us, motive, endurance, perseverance, all that to do it and to not need reward, not seek reward today for what I'm doing. You know, we get our reward on the back end.
Yeah.
We get our reward at I don't know, 90 or however long this old body's going to make it. But that's when the reward comes. You know, we've talked before about the eternity starts the moment you give yourself to Christ, and we get the reward on the back end of it. But not everybody who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. We see them, we know them. You know, whether that goes to once saved, always saved. You just do the sinner's prayer and boom, you're automatically in there. Sadly, that is not true. But we persevere to the end, and we get the reward at the end. That is Matthew 7, by the way, 7:21. And then I went into James 2:17. So you see, faith by itself isn't enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it is dead and useless. I got all the faith in the world, all the intention. You know, I can sit on the couch and have faith in all the things, and just only faith. Intention. Good thoughts. Happy thoughts. Knowing that the Lord's got it. Faith isn't enough unless it produces good deeds. That faith is dead. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done. So none of us can boast about it. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago. I come to Christ, and He's got life laid out. I come to Christ as a sinner and die at the cross, and now I'm a pastor. I mean, so I don't know, but it's the action we take leads us to fulfill what the Lord's got for us. Can't just sit on the couch and get what God has for us. We can want it, we can think about it. You know, and it goes back to judging myself by my intentions. I think I'm doing good because I think about it. But am I? I've got to pedal that bike. I can't just have the thoughts, because we can all say the words, say whatever words we want to say. Right. You know, and I think this has come into my head because of our girl that's going on the date. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's had me think about it. It hadn't really tore me up, but I am grateful that all of my kids and stepkids have been boys. Yeah, I love boys. You can give boys a frog and a pocket knife, and he's entertained for 2 hours out in the backyard. We're good. And I love little, well, not little, but once they're old enough to listen and stuff, I you know, boys absolutely make sense to me. I can make a teenage boy laugh. Because I have the sense of humor of a teenage boy.
I was going to say you are a teenager.
But girls are different. They've always been different, but I've never, thank the Lord, I haven't had a whole bunch of them to deal with as far as teenagers. But this girl we know going on a date, and I've given her some good Uncle Jesse advice of don't trust what anybody says. You know, every kid going on a first date meeting the parents is gonna say the right things. He knows what to say. How's he gonna act when he's got a flat tire? That's what you need to know. And it's the intent. That's what kind of brought all this up, or part of it this week, is we know what to say. We know what we should do. We know what to say to make you think I'm doing good. You know, go back to the alcoholics I deal with. There's a bunch of them that have been in and out of treatment numerous times, so they know what to say. They know they know how to play the game. Whether it be a teenage boy, an alcoholic that's trying to make people think he's doing good, we know what to say. We don't get the fruits of any of that. They don't get the fruits unless they take the action, unless they are what they say. Be what you're saying. And you know, it makes me think about the in Matthew 6, watch out, don't do your good deeds publicly to be admired by others,
Right.
or you will lose a reward from the Father in heaven.
Right.
What is that, Matthew 6 what?
6:1. So to just sing it without bringing it, then that's the and good. At least they've got the knowledge to know what to do. But get off the couch and do it. The Pharisees out there, whenever Jesus was talking about them, they when they fast, they just sit and moan and wail in the street, let everybody know how good they are. We're missing it. We're missing it unless we're doing it and doing it right. We're relying on what other people think. If I'm relying on what people think of me, that feeds the flesh. That feeds the flesh when I can just know that everybody thinks I'm doing good. But the truth is, it doesn't matter what other people think of me. The only thing that matters is what God thinks of me, and He knows my intents. He knows my heart. He also knows what my feet are doing. He also, that's where the fruits come in, is in doing it. And it all ties together. We've got to have the knowledge, the schooling of rehab or whatever. We've got to have that, but we've got to do that. And that's where I fail. We all fail. That's where teenage boys and drunks coming out of rehab think they don't fail. They think they got it covered. Proverbs 16. And in Proverbs, there's tons of, I can get lost in Proverbs because it's just almost meme after meme after meme. You know, there's 25 chapters of it.
Proverbs
In 16, 2 and 3. People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives. Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed.
Yeah.
So that tells me, get these great thoughts, get these great intents out of my head, onto the street. Pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines my motives. There's an old quote by Carl Jung. He was one of those old-timey psychiatrists. You are what you do, not what you think you are. So everybody from Moses all the way to today we're judged by what you do. And that's the fruits. That's what people will know that you are, is in your actions. So the people that say I pray more than anybody, that's, you know, in what is it, Galatians maybe, where Paul talks about I pray in tongues more than anybody. It's in there. Sorry, I didn't look it up. But we do it, and we say we do it. Got to do it. And this keeps coming up over and over and over again in my prayer life, in my life in general. It just, be what you say you are. Be who you know, be who your dog thinks you are. Be the kind of person that you want to be. If we're saying it, we know how to do it. Then what's the fruits of it? So it's all about the intent of it, and not being worried about what other people think. You know, we get wrapped up in what they think of me, what they think of us. How do they, how do the in-laws think our marriage is going? And if we do this, we show this, then it'll make them think we're good. Not matter what they think.
Right.
We do the action. We do the thing that we know we're good.
Yeah.
And it's hard to not want to impress people. It's hard to not care what important people in our life think of us, but it's necessary. We worry about. We are to praise God at all times. Praise Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's the one we need to worry about. Our reward comes on the back end, not on what the neighbor thinks, not on what my boss thinks necessarily. It's our goal to show them what to do. Show others what to do, not just saying it. It's being a service, saying you're being a service. Follow me around for a day. Follow that guy around and see if he's actually being a service or just saying it. Teaching it and doing it are two different things. Saying it and being it are two different things. And this keeps coming up over and over in my prayer life. And I don't know, it's obviously me that needs to hear it, I guess. But that's what keeps coming up. And it's, we know the truth. We need to know the truth. But we need to do the truth as well. So, that's it. Road to hell is paved with good intentions. The road to heaven is paved with good actions. And that's the thing that got me to start believing in a God, a higher power, was not the quest for heaven back when I was an atheist, but the quest for being a service. And being a service helps bring me to God. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I heard a quote this week that said, "How can you be free from generational curses if you're busy trying to